Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is Satisfactory. Early Access Update 3. I thought today, since I didn't do it the last time when I said I would, that we would go looking for oil. But before we do that, we're back at the original location of our first base, and I've done some work here, as you can probably see. We now have some nice supports going all the way along this way, and we have the beginnings of the supports going over here. You can see right there. Although, obviously, I've got a lot more work to do on that. But one of the things I've added to this area is hypertubes. I got tired of running up and down the switchback here. So I created a hypertube entrance so we can go up without the hypertubes into this area, which is just the sky bridge for sending ore to the base. And then if we want to get back inside the bridge, we just go up the hypertube. And this is so much easier than doing a bunch of switchbacks. And one of the things I decided to do was create, and you might be able to see it on the left side there, create a bunch of hypertubes along the way so that we can go up and down. So you can see there's one through the window right there at the first corner going over, and then I'm going to probably do another hypertube over there and another one over there. And the idea is that if I want to get down, I can. So here's our little explorer. It's pretty awesome. And I'm going to take it over to the next hypertube. And you can see that we have power now going along the walls, and eventually all the power is going to be routed along the walls of the sky bridge. And I'll take down the power. You can sort of see it through the windows down there. There are some, I'll show you when we go down. There are some, there are still some electrical towers that are taking the power from one part of the base to the other, because that's how I built my way out there. And I've never just gone through and cleaned it up, right? So these power poles, eventually, since they're going basically along the way of the sky bridge, I'm going to just replace them with stuff going along the sky bridge. But now we have a way to get down and up from here. So if we want to go hunting, if we want to go gathering, if we want to go exploring in this region, we can just take the tube down. Now I haven't finished building this support column because I ran out of materials, and obviously we have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 more or 5 more along that way, and then connect up all of the supports underneath that give us these sort of pseudo-Roman arches. But I think overall it's starting to look pretty good. And I do want to point out, nobody has suggested a color, so I think I'm going to go with the dark red. So we're going to go back to the base, and I'm going to pause the video here, and we get back to the base. I'm going to change the color of the base, and then we're going to go exploring and looking for oil. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, we are back, guys, and I have come back to the top of the base and picked up the paint gun. And what we're going to do now is we're going to reset the original base color. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it this color, because I actually like this combo the best. So what I want to do is see what our numbers are. We're at 0.85.23. I'm going to jot that down. And then we're at 36.55 and 0.6. And I believe you can type numbers in here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, and this, whatever we do to this, is going to change the color of the base. So this one was 0.85.23. So you didn't. What is going on here? Let's cancel this and try this again. 0.85.23, so Y 0. Let's do it this way. There we go. Good. And then the other number was 36.55 and 0.6. That is it. Now, when we say accept on this, right, it should change the whole base. And there it is. Right, so now our entire base is red. I think that is pretty cool looking. So that's what our base is going to look like now, guys. We take a look down here. There we go. And it changed all of our equipment and machinery and everything. It's kind of dark, so we'll see how I like it. But I definitely think outside in the sun it looks fantastic. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so we're done with that. Now I have a bunch of other things to show you guys. So let's put the paint gun away. Put the paint away. We don't need the paint gun. We don't need the rotors. Can't put all that away. Well, we definitely don't need screws. And we really don't need these copper sheets. So let me take the paint gun off of my hotbar and put it in there. And then I think we're ready to travel. I think we have plenty of fuel in the Explorer. And I think we're going to need to put our medicine in there just in case. And we're going to want to save the game. Now I'm going to take you guys on a little bit of a tour. I've done some things to the base. And then we will go looking for oil, I promise. So if you come over here, as you can see, we're still making motors and that sort of thing. See, this is not the motors. The motors are over here, right? And it looks like the motors are dead stopped. Which one's making motors? Let's see. Yep, motors. We're full on motors. Alright, so let's go ahead and make more, because we're going to need more. So we'll create another storage container right next to it. And just put a quick conveyor belt in there, just to let it keep going. And this way we can make more. The stators should be building up now too, because they got stopped. So you can see we're kind of locked on a lot of this stuff, and we're building up lots of material that we need while we run around doing exploring and that kind of thing. So one of the things I did was I built a secondary structure outside of the base to house our fabric. And because I just didn't think there was going to be enough room on the constructor floor to deal with all the fabric. There might have been over here, but we're going to be needing to expand a lot of our operations, like our cable making and wire making. We're going to probably have to move that, double it over here, and so I don't know if there's going to be the space for it. So I put it out over there, and I actually decided for once I was going to take the time and actually complete a structure. So as you can see, if you look through over here, this structure is complete. It's got supports, it's got windows, it's got a ceiling. It's done. It's actually quite cool. I'm really actually very pleased with it for once. I'm happy with how it came out. So the way to get there, I decided to be quick about it. The way to get there is to, well, you can go over this sky bridge, right, which connects us, and we can drive this little thing over, but the fastest way to get there is with a hypertube, straight across. And that is super awesome, guys. And so we come in here, and this area is where we are going to be making our fabric and also our biofuel. So we've got a whole bunch of biofuel in here. Let me grab a couple of stacks for our Explorer. And the way this works is I come in here, and this is where we put wood and leaves, right? This one takes the wood. Over here, I got to put a pile of wood out here to remind myself, but this one takes the wood, this one takes the leaves, and then this one is going to take mycelium. And the mycelium goes underneath and comes around and comes back up. The wood and the leaves come in here. They merge, or they split rather. They split because the wood produces so much, produces 300. We can't even take 300 out of here. We take 270 out. We split it. We put 120 each, going about each way, and then this one comes down over here into this thing to make biomass, and then that shoots it out to here to make biofuel, right? Oh wait, no, Sorry, the biomass comes out here to make biofuel. This comes out of these guys that store the biomass. It splits them in two, and then you can see the mycelium is split here, and it comes in here, and it creates fabric. And we have actually quite a lot of fabric already built up, given that I just went hunting for mycelium once. So that's one of the jobs I'm going to have, is we need to go looking for mycelium for sure. And you can see how cool it is to just zoom along this sky bridge via the tubes. Now, why is this like this, and why do we even need the sky bridge? I could just put the tube down here. Well, the reason is we need to take a vehicle down here, like the Explorer or something. We want to drive it in there. We want to be able to do that. So, we're all set. We just need to go down one floor, and we will be with our Explorer. Now, one of the things we're going to need to do is get the Explorer down onto the ground surface. And so, I can figure out how I want to do that. And of course, it's going to turn to night while I'm trying to explore, because that's just always the way it is. So we could just, we have plenty of room in our inventory, we could just pick it up and put it down there. And I think I might want to do that. But the question is, where's the oil? So we can actually search for that now. And let's see where the closest oil is. Wow, I thought there was some around here. Oh, okay. And we're auto-saving, of course. So the nearest oil is near the space elevator, about 1 kilometer. So if we look at our map, we've got oil actually right by the space elevator and then over there. So let's go find the oil by the space elevator. If we zoom in, it looks like it's down below that. So we can actually take our truck out, our Explorer. Let's give it some fuel. Let's go ahead and put the fuel in here. I'm going to keep one out for myself. And let's take the Explorer to the back of the base. Because we can go down back there now that I have made like a rear exit. I still haven't finished all of this, and I've got a lot of work to do on it, but I think this back part looks pretty cool. And we're going to head down. Okay. There we go. And we can get off this way. And let's go ahead and ping it again. And we should be finding it over here somewhere. Pretty close. Let's try that ping again and see where the blue lights up if it does. 400 meters that way. Right, again, if we take a look on the map. So we're going to have to come around this way and go over that way. Right? And it is pretty cool that we got oil right there. Now, I knew there was some oil up here in this general vicinity. Now, one of the things we have to be careful of here is being able to get back. And that's why I brought some concrete with me, because I knew I had not finished this up. What do we want? 8. There we go. This way the Explorer can get back for us. Right? We want to make sure that we can get back. Should we put a beacon here? I think we should. And we're just going to call this the back door. This way I know how to get back. Alright, so we need to get down from here as well. So this could be a bit of a problem because we're still a little up high. It's not too bad. Alright, so this is going to be a makeshift ramp that's not aligned with square to the base, but it'll at least enable us to get down. That should probably be good enough for the purposes of the Explorer, which is pretty robust in terms of being able to get up and down places. Don't want to send it into the water, because these vehicles do not like water. And now we're going to have a little battle, I think. No, I don't want to autopilot. Alright, let's do another ping. See where it is. $367 meters that way. So to go around the lake. Okay. Around this little bit of water. And we're going to watch out for not these insects, who cares, but we're going to have to watch out for the poison plants. I'm not sure what the easiest way around that's going to be. There are a bunch of them in this area. I really wish there was a good way to get rid of them. I think you can blow them up. And by the way, there's a lot of mycelium around here, which is quite nice. Now if we look at the map again, we need to turn north. So I'm definitely going to have to build a sky bridge over all this mess. No, 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 map, go away. I'm going to have to build a sky bridge over all this mess. So that I can avoid all of the nasties. Let's see here, how are we doing? And I definitely don't need this stuff. 151 meters. So it's right in front of us. And there it is! Whoa, 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 whoa. And see, these guys don't attack you when you're in a vehicle. But that's fine. It's so much easier with this thing because you can one-shot them. And here's the oil right here. Where's the last guy? Die. There you go. So oil right there. It's impure. Of course, our luck, first one's impure. So oil, I think I'm just going to call this OI, right? Oil is petroleum. I'm not going to try to do the chemical signature of that, the chemical formula of that. Alright, so that's our first... Oh, wait, there's more oil here. And that is normal. Very nice. So let's see if we can get up here. This is going to be too high, I think. Yeah. Oh, wait, did I get up there? No, it's too high. What I wanted to do was get up a little bit. And just from a higher vantage point, see if I could almost. So let's put foundation up here and see if I can jump from here up. Yeah, there we go. Just from a higher vantage point. And see if I can... Right, there's that one. There's that one. Oh, there's another one right there. That's what I wanted to see. Right, so there's another one right there. And there's a little beastie that we have to shoot. And he's probably not going to come over here, so... That's not what I wanted. I want that. No, don't go down. There we go. And that's a big one. Oh, that's going to be nasty. Where'd he go? There. So basically we just got to kill this guy off. And the other thing I got to do... I didn't mean to come down here. I think we probably hit him enough times, though, that we can smack him around. The other thing we got to do is make sure we put our oil... Oh, shoot, those guys. That's going to be a pain. Yeah, that's not good. Those guys are going to suck. What happened to that thing? There it is. Alright, now that guy. Let's see, can I shoot him? Got him. Let's see if we can kill Jerkface over here. Let's take an inhaler. So we're back to full. Did I get him? Nope. And they take a lot of hits. Finally. And what I was going to say is the main thing you got to try to do now, because of the stupid rules on respawning, is I've got to try to get an oil rig on here really fast. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. An oil rig on here really fast with the intention of, you know, pulling it to the base and just making a whole bunch of storage for it just to friggin' keep the thing running, or maybe even put the storage down here just to keep the darn thing running so that these guys don't respawn, because I don't have to keep fighting them over and over again. I really don't like that mechanic. I've said that before, of course. Alright, so we found our first set of oil. Let's take a look at what it takes to build our oil extractors and refineries. So, the refinery refines the fluids and or solid parts. The fluids can be transported 10 meters upwards. And the oil extractor is going to extract 120 a minute. So that means that the impures are going to be doing 60 a minute and the normal will be doing 120. So we don't need the type 3 belts, at least initially. But if we combine them all, one single Type 3 belt will be enough to bring everything over. So I think what we can do here, because there are going to be 3 buildings and 3 power things, right? If I just build a couple storage buffers, we'll be able to keep the spawns from coming back and let everything run, and then I can figure out what to do with the oil refineries, because these things I think are pretty large. So they're going to need, and they need water as well as input, right? No. Do they? We'll have to see, and then I got to figure out what they do. And they're not going to probably be able to be at the base. There's a lizard doggo. So let's head back to the base. And I will get the materials I need to build... Hang on. To build these things, we're going to need 3 oil extractors. I don't know how much the refinery takes in terms of what comes in. So let's just build the oil extractors, and for now three industrial containers to hold the stuff, and of course we're going to need to bring power down here too, so we're going to need cables and wire. So I'll go back to the base and pick that stuff up, and I will be right back here hopefully with the materials to start our oil production. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to do that next episode, guys, because we're already at a half an hour, so I'll figure all this stuff out. Just auto-save. I will figure all this stuff out, and in the next episode, we're going to have our oil rigs being built, and we're going to be starting to extract oil and pollute the environment on this planet even more. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been Satisfactory Early Access.